Okay, guys, I had to talk about this. So I read somewhere somebody had done a video on um, fourth, fifth dimension and fourth density or something. About the time I figured out that humans have identified something or put a title on it somewhere, then somebody else throws me with something else. Because I've never heard this density thing. And really, to tell you the truth, if you've got anybody talking about titling things like density or dimensions or anything like that, that's really all 4D and below. Because in 5D, up in 5D, when you get in there far enough in 5D that you really can't, without really trying, get down to 4D, then there just are not labels like that. They just don't exist. So until then, I'm trying to work with you. Now, from my perspective, it would be smarter to put what you identify as 1 and 2 in the same category, and 3 and 4 in the same category, and 5 and 6, and I'm talking dimensions, or what you call it, dimensions, not densities. I don't know anything about densities, but it would make more sense to make 1 and 2 1, 2 and 3 2, and even 1 and 2 doesn't make any sense because it goes way further, way higher, but we'll start where y'all want to start it. 1 and 2 would go together because they're very similar, and it's just a matter of scale. Or, yeah, they're just very similar. They're really different than 3 and 4. And 3 and 4 have a lot of similarities. From your perspective, it's just how big it is, sort of. And then 5 and 6 have a lot of similarities, so I would put those two together, and on, and it seems to be, from as far up as I can tell that you guys are kind of thinking about things, that's how it would be up till probably through 5 and 6. After that, I think your idea of what things are become very wonky. You can't really understand the concepts of those dimensions, so to speak. But yeah, I please don't ask me to break down the whole density thing, because I just don't want to. I'm heading back to 5D, where there are less and less dividing of things and labeling of things. We're not doing that. As we head up to 5D, you're stopping the thinking, you're stopping the analyzing, you're stopping the labeling, you're stopping the dividing out so you can understand. You're just having acceptance of that you understand. There's not a need to figure out why you understand, or how you understand, or how you get there, or how. None of that. We're not doing that. I will definitely help you in processes that your mind still has to think how, what, why, and how, what, why, and where, but it will simply be to get you a place that you can just accept what is. So I'm definitely not going to be down with the whole breaking down densities and stuff. Right now, what I see in the density breakdown thing is definitely 4D paradigm, or 4D stuff. Those are people who think they're in 5D, who think they're talking about 5D, that are not. They're just another section of 4D. And like I've said before, 4D is so big that it's easy for entities to create things there. And so it's easy to get kind of hijacked over into with an entity who thinks that they're in 5D when it's really just another aspect of 4D. And there are some classic ways of telling the difference. Like I've told you before, if you've got to have help, if you have to have help, not just, hey, give me a hand, but I mean you have to have help, then that's 4D. If there's anything to do with machines, that's 4D. If it's broken down as to how you have to do stuff, and you have to figure it out first in order to figure something out, that's all 4D. because there's just a knowingness and allness, a oneness to 5D, where you just start accepting things and building on that as you move up. Okay? Not trying to attack anybody here, so don't jump down my throat. This is my perspective and my opinion only. Either it triggers you to a memory that you want to go down that memory, or it does not. If it does not, just stop the video and move on to what does feel good. Okay? Alright. That's it for this one. Big hugs. Love you all. Bye-bye now.